Let's get Cricut crafting this summer. Hey crafty friends, I'm Sarah, and today with Creative Fabrica, I'm going to show you 3 Cricut project ideas that are going to be perfect to make this summer. I'll give you a step-by-step tutorial for each one. So we're going to be making a cup with waterproof stickers, a custom banner, and a summer cushion. I'll also give you some alternative ideas of other ways you could make them, and I'll include a ton of Cricut tips as well. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be confident making your very own versions of each project. So let's get started. Let's start with our waterproof stickers. For this craft, you will need a blank cup, some sticker paper. I'm using this clear printable vinyl from TechWrap, some overlay. I'm using holographic overlay, also from TechWrap, and a printer. If you don't have a printer, you could also do this with adhesive vinyl. Let's start by opening a stickers and labels canvas in Design Space, and then go across to Creative Fabrica to find some designs. If you search for summer stickers, there are lots of fun designs that come up, and a lot of them already have outlines added. But you don't need to choose images with outlines. You can also look for summer clip art like this, and I'm actually going to look for some lemon designs as I want to make an Italian lemon themed cup. This bundle is perfect, so I just hit download and then went back to Design Space and uploaded one of the designs from the bundle as a flat graphic. If you want to use adhesive vinyl instead, then look for SVG designs that have more solid outlines and come in block colours, and just start with a blank canvas rather than a stickers and labels one. Because when you use this canvas, it will add a sticker outline automatically. You can click the circle below to edit it. Then you might want to change the thickness of the border, the colour, or change from a kiss cut to a die cut. Kiss cut is better for sticker sheets, whereas a die cut will cut through the backing, so it's better if you want individual stickers. And you can leave an easy peel edge on if you want, which will add a little extra border, making it easier to peel. Then just continue uploading designs and editing the sticker details on each one until you fill up the page. You may end up just duplicating some of them in order to fill it up. Now click make, then click send to printer, and I always tend to turn bleed off and use system dialog on so that this box will pop up and I can adjust my printer settings to best quality. Add your sticker paper to your printer and add to your mat. Now, in order to make these waterproof so they can withstand being added to a cup, you will now need to add an extra layer, and you can just use another sheet of clear printable vinyl over the top, but I'm going to use one of these holographic overlay sheets. And I used to cut them down so they fit within the black lines, but now the designs will often stick out beyond the black lines. So I now just make sure it fits over all of the designs, but I do still cut it down so I'm not wasting anything, and I just save these cut off bits for other projects. To add the overlay, peel it away from the end, line it up with the printed sheet, and then very carefully push it down with a squeegee whilst removing the backing paper, making sure there are no air bubbles. The newer Cricut models should read this no problem, but if you have an older model like an Explorer 2, you may need to put masking tape over the black lines and then redraw them on with black pen so that the machine will pick them up. Now to choose the cut setting. Because you are cutting through the overlay as well as the sticker sheet, you probably won't want to choose a preset sticker setting, so I usually use medium cardstock for this, and that gives me a kiss cut. So choose your setting, insert into the machine, press go, and peel your mat away from the sticker sheet, and there they are. Now make sure your cup is completely clean. I'm using an alcohol wipe to clean mine, then leave it to dry before adding your stickers to it to decorate. I'm just adding mine randomly, trying to not place any two the same next to each other. Then also make sure to push out any bubbles and ensure they are well adhered. Then leave for about 72 hours before getting wet, and hopefully it should last a long time as long as it is only hand washed. And that's it done. I just think it looks so cool with that extra holographic sparkle added. Now let's move on to making a DIY banner. For this you just need a printer, some card. I'm using 240 GSM card for mine, but use whatever your printer can handle, and some string. I'm using this shape bundle from Creative Fabrica, and you could choose any one of these shapes, but I'm keeping it quite simple with this pennant shape, and I'm uploading that as a flat graphic. Then resize. The size doesn't matter too much, but I just want to be able to cut 2 per page, so that's how big I'm making mine. Now I'm going back to Creative Fabrica and I'm going to stick with the lemon theme, but this time I want to use a pattern. So I'm downloading this bundle, then go back to Design Space, go to Upload and go across to Pattern Fill here. Now upload your pattern into this box. Make sure your banner shape is set to Print and Cut. Then go to Color, change that to Pattern, and your new pattern should be in here. So when you click on it, it automatically changes the shape. I just want this as a border though, so I'm duplicating the shape, turning the second one to white and making that a bit smaller so you can see this makes a border. You might want to go back to your pattern shape and go to Colors and Edit Pattern to increase or decrease the scale just so you can see more of the details. Select both and align vertically and horizontally. Then add a small circle and duplicate. This will be the hole for your string. Select both and align vertically so that they're in line and try to get them as equidistant as possible. And now I did this one by one, but you could probably unite the two circles and then do it. But basically select a circle and one of the pendant layers and hit slice. And do the same again with the other layer and then get rid of all of the bits you don't need until you have cut two circles like this out of both layers. You can change the background colour of the canvas here to double check if needed. Then select all and flatten. Now it's time to add wording, so I'm going back to Creative Fabrica to find a font. I want a nice script font. This one is perfect. So I downloaded that, double clicked and clicked install to add it to my computer. Now when you go back to Design Space, you'll need to save your project, then go to View and Force Reload so that the font will show up in your System Font section. Then I'm just changing that to blue and there is my first letter of my banner. Now just duplicate and change the letter to the next one in your wording. Then zoom all of the way out so you can line each one up next to each other just to make sure the letters are all aligned and a similar size. I'm using this phrase to stay in keeping with my theme, but you could do this for someone's birthday or just add welcome. It just depends what you're going to be using it for. Once done, you'll need to go through and select each shape and its corresponding letter, then hit flatten. And once they're all flattened, click make. If you don't have a printer though, you could also make this using pre-cut banner shapes that you can buy from craft stores or online. Just add vinyl decals or iron on vinyl to those to decorate them. Or you could also use the pen feature. Just select your letter and change the operation to pen. And you might want to cut the shape out of coloured card, then use a different coloured pen if you're trying to stick to a certain theme too. But if you're printing like me, click send to printer, turn bleed off and use system dialog on, and then adjust any settings before printing on your card. And then I'm using the heavy cardstock cut setting to cut mine. Then just go through and print and cut each one of your layers until all of your banner pieces are done. I then just laid mine out and put string through each one and hung it up. And then it's super easy to fold up as well so that you can just continue to get it out throughout summer when you need it. Now let me show you how to make a multicolored cushion. For this you need a blank cushion cover, a few different colours of iron on vinyl, a weeding tool and a heat press or an iron, and ideally a Teflon sheet or some parchment paper as well. First measure your cushion and add a square to Design Space and resize that to the same size as your cushion. And I'm turning mine blue so I can see what my design will look like on the cushion I have. And I'm going back to Creative Fabrica to find a design. Again, I'm sticking with the lemon theme and I really love these styles of designs. And you could use these if you have a sublimation or a DTF printer, or you could purchase a DTF print from someone else if they have a gang sheet builder that lets you upload your own designs. But because I want to use iron on vinyl, I'm going to have to design my own layered design that is more suitable. So I'm looking for lemon SVGs first. So I'll be able to cut this bundle out of iron on vinyl as they are all solid shapes. And I really like this design here in particular, so I'm going to look for a block font that is similar. This one is perfect, so I'm just downloading, installing, saving and clicking force reload again so that it will show up in my system font section, and I'll add that wording here. Then I'm uploading one of the SVGs to go over the top. If you have a layered SVG like this, just ungroup it so you can move around the different layers. And I only really want to use 3 colours, so I'm going to get rid of the details on these leaves And I'm duplicating the flower, so I have 2 of those on either side of the lemons. This lemon and the wording is going to merge into one if I leave the wording yellow. Don't really want that, so I'm going to change the wording to white instead. Then select anything that is the same colour that you want to cut at the same time and either attach, or if you want them to merge, then select all and unite. If you have a design like this with quite a bit of space in the middle though, you might only want to unite parts of it so that you can rearrange it on the mat here so that it's closer together and you're not wasting quite as much material. Then just cut it up and rearrange once it's weeded. Choose your cut setting and make sure the design is mirrored. Then add to your cutting mat with the cover sheet side facing down, which is usually the shiny side. Then add to your machine and cut. Then repeat with each layer. Do just be aware that if you are layering colours like me, then you probably want to avoid glitter, textured and puff vinyl for anything that you will be placing underneath another layer, as they don't tend to layer very well. Then remove all of the vinyl from around the outside of the design, as well as any in-between bits using your weeding tool. Put something down to protect your surface. Then your iron vinyl supplier should give you some instructions for temperature and how long to press, depending on what material the cushion is made out of, and also the type of iron vinyl you're using. Now use a lint roller if you have one to get rid of any fluff, and also add a heat press pillow if you have one too. Don't worry if not though. Then preheat your cushion cover with your heat press or iron. Add your first layer of iron vinyl to your cushion. Now cover with your Teflon sheet or parchment paper and press, following your supplier's instructions. Then remove the cover sheet. You may need to wait a bit if it is a cool peel iron vinyl, otherwise remove when it's warm. Then I realised at this point I had messed up, as I was supposed to cut the wording up and rearrange it. These things happen even when you've been crafting for years, but luckily it was fixable. I just cut the yellow dots off and added those separately, then rearranged the lemons in a different position, and actually I might like that even better than what I designed, so it all turned out well in the end. Then just keep going with each of your layers until you're done and make sure it has all adhered. You can usually see the pattern of the material through the iron vinyl if it has stuck properly. Now add a cushion to your cover and there it is done. I'm so obsessed with this and I can't wait to use it on my garden chairs this summer. In fact, all 3 are going to be perfect for some summer celebrations and al fresco dining when the sun comes out. There are so many different themes and designs you could use to make these projects to celebrate summer though. Which theme are you going to choose? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share with all of your crafty friends. Until next time, happy crafting.